and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops.
Welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. Guys, we are back. My apologies for not coming to you guys on last week. It was a busy week. Of course, it was a Labor Day week as well. So, guys, please forgive me on that. But I'm back. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into it. Guys, I've missed you. I hope you guys miss me. But once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports. I'm your host, J Pops. Guys, let's go ahead and get on into it. So, breaking news, on today's episode of the Homemade Podcast Sports, I'll be getting into the Jhamon Ausbon, opt-out. Of course, this is breaking news. And also, about an hour and a half ago, quarterback James Foster, guys, has entered the transfer portal once again. Crazy, isn't it? But he's entered the transfer portal once again. So on that note, let me just read what Jhamon Ausbon, put on this farewell post to the Aggie community. In case you guys didn't see it, or read it or anything like that. Let me just go ahead and get on into it. So, this is from Jhamon Ausbon, of course. College Station, Aggieland, College Station / Aggieland. It's been a blessing that I've provided. It's been a blessing that I've been provided a home for the past 3 to 4 years to accomplish my dream as a kid. For those who supported my teammates and I truly appreciate your support and unconditional love so much. This was not an easy decision at all. Sounds cliche. But when I decided to come back for my 4th year, I would have never imagined not playing this season with the guys I love and call brothers. These are bonds I will hold for a lifetime, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I've made a decision to use my last year to opt out of the season, to opt out of the 20 through 2021 season, and prepare for my future in the NFL. Finishing this fall semester, I will complete / receive my bachelor's degree from Texas A&M University. For that, I'm very grateful. I'm blessed and thankful for everyone that has helped me to get to this point, and I will represent Texas A&M forever. Love, Jhamon Ausbon. It's sad. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't want to see him go. I had very high hopes for the young man coming into his 4th season. He was one of our very few experienced seniors that was on the roster this year. And especially for what he was going to contribute for Kellen Mond in that receiving corps. It is what it is, man. With that being said, this from me and the Aggie community. Good luck to you on your NFL dream, and thank you. That's it. Close it off. Once again, Jhamon Ausbon has chosen to opt out of the 2020 through 2021 season. It's a best of luck to you, young man. And as well as the Aggieland community, thank you for what you have been able to do. I just wish you could have played this senior year, because I really do believe that you could have been a 1st or 2nd round pick. Not to say that you may not go in the 1st round this year or the 2nd, but I'm just saying I did believe that you would have been a higher pick than what you may go in the 2021 draft. But best of luck to you. Continue to keep moving along and follow your dream. Once again, Jhamon Ausbon has opted out of the 2020 through 2021 season. Best of luck to you, young man. Okay, so now let me get to what will have to happen now and what we are looking like going forward. Kellen Mond will only have tight end Watermeyer as an experienced receiver, which isn't that bad at all. The problem is, though, is that we just don't know who's going to be his go-to receiver at this point. We don't. I have no clue. The only guy that comes to mind as of right now, and that's just right off the top of my head and as well as other, is Damon Demas, who we're all high on, of course. Other potential targets are Caleb Chapman, Cam Brown, which is a true freshman, and junior Ezekiel Jones, who we've yet to see, explode on the scene in Aggieland. I'm just hoping that he can get on the scene as a junior and lead this receiving corps. But of course, like I said, if he can't, it's others that are actually freshmen, and redshirt freshmen as well, that would just have to potentially step up. Hell, I believe that Watermeyer may just lead that wide receiver corps. He is the experienced guy on this team, which we all have high hopes for also, and others. So we will actually have to see what happens going forward on September 26th when we play Vanderbilt. Who knows? Hopefully something gets shaken though. It's just all on Mon. It's just all up to Mon to find out who the real connection will be between when the third down situations occur. That is your biggest thing to actually put in your head, is who will be my third down target? Who can be my go-to guy? Understand with all the downs, don't get me wrong, but who can be that actual go-to guy? Who will it be? Watermeyer? He has potential. Hell, he all showed us last year what he can do. I believe we have, other good tight ends behind him also, but Watermeyer is the actual potential threat in this 2020 season in the tight end position. And I believe that's of all the tight ends in the SEC. Except the tight end at Florida, of course, who I believe is number one. I believe is a first round draft pick at tight end. Hell, we all got him up there. But other than that, though, I do see Watermeyer as being a true threat. And of course, the freshman at LSU, but he hasn't played a down in college football yet. So, who knows? This is also why it was very, very critical to recruit at every position, and which is what Jimbo Fisher has done throughout what's going on his third year now. He's recruited. He understands the process. So that's why it was very, very critical to go out and recruit at all positions, even if you feel like that position is stacked. Hell, if we all sat back and watched college football this weekend, because I know I did, it was an actual good slate of games. Shout out to University of Louisiana for going to Iowa State and beating them. I just had to put that out there. Shout out to Arkansas State for going in and beating Kansas State and Charlotte. No, I'm sorry. In Coastal Carolina, going in and beating Kansas. Big 12, hey, guys, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going to have to get that shit together. You cannot sit there and lose Sun Belt teams. Although those Sun Belt teams have been playing already. But anyways, back to the topic and the subject at hand. But that's why it was very, very important, and that's why I commend Jimbo Fisher and his staff so much for going out and recruiting those guys at every position, getting them in, understanding this is what it takes to win the SEC, and this is what it takes to compete in the SEC. Guys, we know this already. We know this. You guys know it. Texas A&M know it. We know this. You have to recruit. I believe as a coach, that is one of the hardest things that you have to accomplish. Yeah, winning the division and national title is harder, but those are one of the hardest things to accomplish is recruiting. If you can't recruit, you're not going to win any football games like that. Although Dan Mullen has showed us a different texture of when he was at Mississippi State and he got them #1. He didn't recruit as well. But you either have to be one of the two. You have to recruit damn good players, or you just have to be a damn good coach. You know? So this is why it's very, very important. Also, you know, like I say, with last weekend, if you guys sit up there and watch the Clemson game, Clemson was by far one of the most accurate teams of all of college football weekend. And, you know, granted, they wasn't playing, you know, a hard opponent. I know that. But they were one of the more fluent teams, you know. Now, you know, of course, I did see the highlights from Oklahoma with Spencer Rattler, who's a true freshman, of course. He threw, I believe, like 4 touchdowns in two quarters. And also Texas, you know, boo. Don't like Texas, but we did see Texas beat the hell out of UTEP. And Sam Elliger, I believe, had about 5 touchdowns. But, I mean, that isn't the point. You know, they were playing teams that really didn't matter, but it was still college football at the end of the day. You know, it doesn't matter what team you play. But, the hell, Iowa State, Kansas, and Kansas State can tell you that. But, yeah, you know, so, you know, back to it, you know, but the point I'm making is that you have to have your team ready to go no matter what the situation may be. That's why recruiting is damn important. You have to put guys in the right position. You have to get those guys out there, let them go and do what they got to do and bring it on back, you know. So you have to believe in that. You got to believe in the process. Anyways, Now we just have to find out if these guys will really contribute and also live up to those 247 rankings. You know, all of those receivers, running backs, offensive linemen. But we're just talking about the receivers right now. Now we just have to see if those guys can live up to the hype, live up to those star rankings. Can you guys live up to it and perfect the job? Can you guys perfect it on a college level? That's the question. That is the key. Can you guys do it on the college level now? Understood you was a 4-star, 5-star coming in, but can you guys live up to, you know, for whatever reason, I believe that some of those guys who are 5-star recruits, of course, some of them, not all of them, think they're just supposed to go in and win a job and that's it because they're a 5-star. But some of those guys work. Some of those guys, also have pressure on themselves because they were ranked so high. You know, I believe that we all kind of forget that sometimes. We all let that overlap sometimes. But some of those guys are pressured because of the rankings that they have. So, you know, what I'm saying is, can you guys live up to? You know, it's all about the coaches to make it easy and adequate enough for those guys to come in and look like their true rankings. That's where your coaching falls in at. You got to have the right play, you know. So, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully those guys can live up to the rankings. I know they can. It's just all about a matter of getting right plays in it. Kellen Mond is our quarterback, guys. You guys can forget that. Kellen Mond is the QB. Kellen Mond can make some good throws when he's not under pressure like that. You know, so our question is the offensive line or half the offensive line gotten better for Kellen Mond to make those throws not under pressure? That is what we'll have to figure out, and that's what we're going to see. And it starts with Vanderbilt. Starts September 26th. And, guys, I can't wait. You know, we only have one more week. One more week. And I can't wait. All right? On another note, quarterback James Foster, who's already opted out before the season even started, has entered the transfer portal once again. Guys, at this point, I just wish the best for the young man wherever he may go. I have no clue what's going on in the young man's life, so I'm not going to judge all of his decisions. But he was another one that was a 4-star recruit when Jimbo Fisher actually recruited him. I have no clue of why he may not have won any of the jobs, but apparently, he just didn't fit the system. And that's what I'm going to call him. That's what I'm going to lay on. But he has entered the transfer portal for the second time again. So wherever James Foster may go to, young man, I just wish you the best of luck. Just keep on pursuing your college football career. Unfortunately, it has to be elsewhere, but just keep on pursuing it, and wherever you may go. So that's all the news that I have on today. On tomorrow, I will bring you some of the scrimmage details. Of course, I will have to do more research before I just, put that out there. Put that out there for, the scrimmage details and stuff like that. So please, guys, just be patient with me. Once again, it's the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. Guys, I thank you all for getting these YouTube views up. That really means a lot to me. I have one that was over like 179 views, which is a lot to me. I know it may look like, a little bit to others, but for me to just have over 100 views, that is a blessing to me. So guys, let's keep this thing going. Hashtag, let's make this thing go viral. Once again, this is the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Please, guys, follow me on Twitter at JPops05, on Instagram at JPops2020, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Gigameg.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Gigameg.